Welcome to Shawnee Grows. Tonight is the chill and chat. If you missed our previous live stream, we just got done talking about planning the garden checklist, the brainstorming, the ideas flowing. How do we go from here to ground? Check it out when you have some time. This is going to be just a conversation. What's on your mind? It could be about gardening, it could be about weather, it could be just what you've got going on this weekend. We are going to start off with one guest we have here in the basement. This is Chef Tech. I'm going to add to stage.
Hi.
You're up late. You're here to party.
I'm always here. Well, I'm just here to have fun.
Here to have
Oops.
fun.
My phone with my alternate ego is on and it's delayed a little bit.
So there is a link to come on panel. I know Mark from Chef Tech on panels in the past, so he kind of understands how this works, how to have the equipment for it, how to be a good human on panels, or you will get kicked. So that is everybody's warning. That link can be taken away from you if you misbehave.
Yeah. I was on a couple where somebody posted the link and then randomly somebody popped up and the host allowed them up front and
Yeah,
immediately went to some really bad video stuff.
right,
So we had to
right,
delete the stream and start all over again. So yeah, if you're
right.
coming up, maybe post in the comments that, hey, I'm coming up, so the mods can at least see who you are before you just randomly pop in. Because if you just randomly pop in and Shawnee doesn't know who you are, yeah, you're gonna stay in the basement and you
Right.
ain't coming out.
I hate creative redundancy. Yes, I agree. If I've never seen you before on a panel, you're not going to come up on mine. I'm a new channel and I'm still trying to figure things out. So, I know Mark from other stuff. So,
Yeah, CR can come up if he
okay,
wants
it's
to, but he
the
probably won't.
Country Humans Network. Oh, where'd
Not
it
well,
go? The whole thing just moved. What?
I don't have it on my. Oh, wait a minute.
Here we go. The Country Humans Network. Are you in Minnesota? Yes, I am in Minnesota. Miss Sharon is reminding us to have live chat on. All messages, y'all. What's on your mind? Creative redundancy. A live stream veteran. I'm now it's like this teetering line of did I go through all of my free hours yet or not? Like I'm planning on doing a live stream on Monday for a party, I'm pretty sure, but if they tell me, you've used all your time, because I haven't figured that out how to
Is it?
know. I
Is
think
there like some time constraints, like you're only allowed to do so many hours of live streams from YouTube, like per month? I don't even know about that.
I'm using StreamYard for my streaming software.
Oh,
And
StreamYard.
instead of so in StreamYard, the free version in a month cycle, it's 20 hours. And your month cycle is like a billing period, even though I have a free service. It
Yeah.
doesn't go from 1 to 30. It goes from like the day you clicked it, and I'm not sure what day I clicked it. Like if it's 15 to 15, 19 to 19, 5 to 5. I did get my first email from them saying you've got, I think, 12 hours in the books in a period of month. And so I'll figure it out as we go, guys. I don't know if it just shuts us down or if it just says you can't go live next time.
You know
CR
what?
says I can check it.
Email Gil about that. He'll let you know all about it.
I think I have,
He's Camp Patton Family Compound
yeah,
at
yeah.
whatever it is.com, Gmail.
So we have
Yeah, is
10
what.
watching. Hit the thumbs up if you want to chit
Oh,
chat. If
forget
we don't
that.
have a lot of chit chat, we'll just shut it down.
Let me hit the thumbs up on my other channel. There you go. Doing it on a phone is different because you can only see one part of a screen at a time.
Doing everything on a phone is different. Editing, watching, all of it. And then the TV. There's people that do this on the TV. It's completely different.
I don't have a smart TV. I don't want a smart TV.
I don't either. Anaponian says, listening to you while in bed, ready to sleep. Wonderful practice for my English. Greetings from Venezuela.
Sweet.
Venezuela? I'm sorry if I say that wrong. Practicing
Venezuela.
English.
Hello.
Venezuela.
Greetings.
With my Minnesota accent. But it's possible, CR says. I don't even know what we're talking about. What?
Everything is possible to
What
CR.
is that? What we're talking about is everything, anything.
I just want a mead video. Sorry, I had to say that.
I know.
I
So,
know.
do you
I
have
know. I heard you. You
experience?
told me.
Do you have experience making meat at all?
No, I have experience. I made a few different loggers in my day with kits and stuff, and then I got creative on one of them. I wait for it. I called it a what was it? Oh, it was a strawberry lager. I used strawberries in my work, and it came out. I called it a pina colada. It was good. Alcohol content was off the charts, but me and my mother-in-law pretty much killed that whole batch, and we had headaches for days. But I haven't made beer in a very long time. I just go to a lot of breweries and stuff, and a lot of my customers have breweries, so I just go in there. And they let me fill my growler for free.
I am not drinking. I haven't drank in a year, and so I have a whole box of stuff I've made under my bed, and then, like, I haven't started anything new because what am I gonna do with it? It's kinda where I'm at, but I know I wanna do it again. It's just fun to
That's good.
do.
It's fun to do. It can catch up to you.
It's a
Menards?
thing that I can give away, you know. The
Yep.
Country Humans Network says, "Where do you buy your seeds?" Menards, Home Depot. So
Great.
those are all great places because sometimes gardeners just want like 25 seeds or less. That's where you get little seed packets like that. I do not go there. I go to a local seed co-op that has larger quantities and specific varieties for Minnesota. But then I also shop the rareseeds.com, which is Baker's Creek. I shop Urban Farmer, True Leaf Seeds. I've had MI Gardner seeds before. I'm a big fan of Botanical Interests right now. That is with Epic Gardening. Epic Gardening just came out with their own seed packets. I don't know what their seed farm is coming from, but they have their own packaging now on their website with Botanical because that's who bought them. My last live stream that we just did about the garden planning checklist has links to seed distributors and ideas for seeds in it, as well as Canada links. And then I encourage you to reach out in a local group, whether it's through church or a gardeners club or Facebook for your state or even area like north, central, or south. And they'll have in there seed places, and there might be a seed distributor in your state that you didn't know about versus supporting a big box store. Chef Tech, do you have anything to say about where you get your seeds from?
So, aside from the tomato seeds that were all mine, it's a mix of the ones I'm going to throw on my property, which is about an hour from where I'm currently at. They were mostly San Marzano, Amish paste, yellow plum tomato, regular red cherry. I forget which breed of cherry tomato it was. They were all heirloom, so they should have all probably cross pollinated. And one other one that was supposed to be a red burgundy, and it turned out to be. I think I got like one red burgundy plant, and the other ones were something else. I have no idea what they were, but I didn't care. I just threw them in the sauce and made sauce out of it anyway. But I pre-froze all my tomatoes. When I had enough, I ran them through the mill raw, got the seed. I ran them through 2 or 3 times to get all the juice and good pulp out of it. All the seeds and some of the pulp went back into seal bags. I have a chamber sealer. So I sealed them up, threw them back in the freezer. And hopefully they'll survive, which they probably will. I will thaw them out probably about maybe April. I'll take them out of the freezer, let them thaw. Might dry them out, but they're just going to get scattered. I have about 4 acres of open, well, soon to be more open. It was farmed probably 20 years ago, and a whole bunch of little pine trees popped up. So I've been pushing pine trees over with my tractor for a year now. Probably about 600 of them, small, about 12 feet tall, piling them up. So I have slightly acidic soil, but the whole bottom end, I'm near a stream, so I'm in a valley. So the whole bottom end of my property always stays wet and or damp. So I'm just going to run the tiller down probably 3-4 inches and run a whole strip along the whole bottom end, which is about 200 yards, and just throw tomato seeds in there and have at it. And that may come back to haunt me. I'm thinking about it. I talked to a few people. They're like, yeah, as the birds and stuff start eating them, because I'm not going to be out there. I'll go out there once every week or so to pick whatever's there and bring my friends out to just go get tomatoes. And but I'm sure the birds are going to be pooping seeds all over the place. I'll probably have rogue tomato plants popping up everywhere for years after that. But you know what? I don't care. It'll be
It's a
fun.
wonderful thing. You're gonna have a tomato jungle
Yes.
that's gonna
Tomatoes
take
are
care of
fine.
itself.
Tomatoes are viners. Normally, my tomato plants,
Mhm.
I put up trellises. I don't put a cage. So
Mhm.
I'll put a trellis in. I put a string in the ground, running about 8 feet up to an overhead piece of wood, whatever I got. And I have those little loop clips. So as they get up about a foot or so, I start clipping them and to keep them from falling over. And then I'll trim off the bottom leaves to keep the aeration going well, get rid of the suckers. And then as soon as you get the first set of tomatoes coming in, you cut off all the arms below that. And that way, all the nutrients immediately go to the tomatoes first and then go up to the rest of the plant. And I've been doing that for years. A friend of mine had a hothouse, taught me that. It was like more of a hydroponic type thing. He taught me that. He had tomato plants that were literally 80, 90 feet long, not tall, long, because he'd lay them over and run them in a circle. And he would just trim every day, he'd run around his little rolling stool and trim off all the bottom leaves before each set of tomatoes. And he was getting tomatoes 2-3 years straight out of one set of plants. And it was really cool. I learned a lot from him. But I do that. That way, when they get up really tall, I'm pretty much done. I'll cut the main stalk off so it stops growing up, and maybe let a couple suckers grow and get tomatoes out of that. And then eventually, I just let them die off and pull them out. I didn't get a second run of anything this year. I had too much going on, and I got about 900 pounds of tomatoes this year out of 2 30-inch by 24-foot beds, raised beds, and then 2 4x8 beds. And that was my cherry tomatoes and a couple other ones that whatever I had left over. I had 52 plants. I started like 90 some odd plants, and upstairs, every one of them took in the house. I started.
Yeah.
It's always sad. It's like, I don't want to get rid of you. I had a couple tomato plants that lived in the little tiny, it was like it's like a pint and a half, not even a pint. It was, well, okay, maybe a pint pot, these little pots.
Yep.
They survived. And I would water them. They were just lived on a table on the deck in the full sun, part sun, whatever. Some of them I strung up just to keep them up there. They were leggy, but they lived all year. I mean, they just wouldn't die. And I got 2 tomatoes off of one of them. And I'm like, I have got to save these tomatoes because those seeds have gone through hell and survived. And then the container I had them in to ferment kind of blew away and I couldn't find it. So I know I was sad, but I got pepper plants and things I was growing. This year is going to be just mostly beans, a couple tomato plants for my wife. She likes her plum cherries and beans. I have lots of beans from last year I bought, never planted. All my sugar snap peas are going in on the trellis that I had between 2 of the beds. And listen to you earlier talking about you plant them like every week, plant more seeds. I'm like, I never even thought of that. So I'll plant one side. It's like about 8 foot. And I have chicken wire over PVC, 1-inch PVC pipe. I looped over it. And I'll let them grow up that. And then I'll start the other side like a week or 2 later. And then I'll go back to the first side a week or 2 later. I'll just let them thicken up. And then underneath it, I'll plant the rest of I have purple beans, yellow beans. I don't even know what breed they are. I got buckets of seeds up in my upstairs planting room. And I keep them when I buy seeds, they go in a wide mouth pint jar. And I throw a deskin pack in there and then put a lid on it to keep them dry. And I haven't had any problems with that. Seems to be working for reasonable long-term seed storage.
So with tomatoes last year, I thought I was gonna have this wonderful haul, but I had so many problems that I'm not even gonna get into right now. But the tomatoes that I was harvesting from were the extras that I planted in the food forest and just let them grow on the ground. That's where
Mm.
I was getting fruit from. All the ones that were like purposefully placed in places where they were supposed to grow failed. And there's a lot of reasons for that, but I hear you
Yeah,
on the
I had a little
tomato.
blossom rot problem in the very beginning, um, and it was all my fault. It was a lack of watering. I went away for a couple days. I went away for a week, and I came back and I got
Blame the gardener.
Sam Marzanos with this big old brown spot on the bottom. Some of them I took them off, cut the brown spot off, and just threw them in the freezer because they were still good, just not the bottom end of it. And those I just ate. But yeah, blossom rot's bad. But my soil was really good this year. I probably gave away about 300 pounds of tomatoes just to
Okay.
friends. My wife's a nurse, and she just brings them to work in buckets. And they're like, these are so good. And people, they're eating them out of the bucket. My wife's like, don't you want to wash it first? She's like, why? Your husband doesn't put anything on these. There's no pesticides, no anything on it. He just grows them and they just grow. So she's like, what about birds? She's like, if there's bird poop on there, I'll see it and wash it
You
off.
would see it, yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I love growing tomatoes. I have enough sauce to last me 2 years now.
Mhm,
I'm done with tomatoes for now for long-term storage stuff. I'm
mhm.
moving on to other things.
Yeah. So Destiny Fitzgerald is asking, "So Shawnee, are you moving to your own land?" So the game plan is, yeah, eventually I need to get out of a rental home. And so um I was able to kind of rip out this stuff here, and I am like renting land. I'm growing on somebody else's land freely as much as I can do, and that's where I'm going to continue to grow. Now I am going to have containers here at the rental house because we don't have an actual date or location. Unfortunately, there was a plan in the works, and that has all failed and crumbled into a disaster. So, Chef Tech, I want to say thank you for being up on the panel. I'm going to invite some other people up, and I'm going to drop you down, okay?
Okie doke.
Where's the comment? There it is. I would like to add to this stage storms, radios, and cats. What are we having this evening?
Tea. And hi, Shawnee.
Hi.
Yeah, I'm having some tea. My own mint.
Mint tea is wonderful.
Yeah, especially when you grow the mint yourself.
I have to say a disclaimer to the person that was in my basement. If I've never met you before, I'm not super interested in having people on panel that I haven't met on a previous panel. So the person coming in that I've never seen before, I'm not going to let you on panel tonight, but we can get to know each other in the chat. And if I see you around the YouTube streets, then another night you can come up. But I'm not interested in taking the risk tonight. I'm sorry. I don't mean to be mean. Um, Stay in the chat, get to know us. If I see you around, maybe another day you can come on panel. I've just had just the ground rules we're having for this live. So I have to figure out where I left off.
Yeah,
Hmm.
hi, Richard.
So I did that one. CR is talking about food. I don't know what Mark misses. Miss Sharon says, which seed company do you think has the best info on their package? Well, it depends on what you consider best info as. Is the best info the image of the fruit that you're growing? Is the info the germination time, soil temperature, when to plant, before or after frost? That information? Do you want stuff printed on the inside of the seed packet? Because there's companies that will sell you cheap seed. I mean, it's not cheap bad, it's cheap, like it's a good price. And the reason for that is because they don't spend a lot on their packaging. It's just like, a manila envelope with a stamp on it. And then there's companies like Baker Creek, rareseeds.com, that are gorgeous printed pictures with a different feeling, like almost like a waterproof glossy print. and you'll see like that's what you're going to get, and it just, your eyes are like, wow. And then there's botanical interests where they have artists hired to draw what the crop will look like. So it's beautiful. On the back, it's printed information, and on the inside of the seed packet, it's printed information. So it's all about, what do you consider good information?
Yeah, Miss Sharon, I have to agree with you. Pics don't matter to me either. It's the quality of the seed I get that matters to me.
Hello again, Anne.
Hello, Ann.
It is, yeah, seeds that have been passed down. My mother kept seeds in the freezer, so I'm able to have those. And usually that's a good place for them to stay safe from disaster, is in the freezer. I'm Amaponian. I am in Minnesota in the United States of America. What does this say? Destiny, has anyone ever had experienced a cross-pollination problem? Well, the reason it would be a problem is you get a crop you can't eat.
Yeah.
That's a problem. Like toxic squash syndrome.
I don't think I've ever had that problem.
A cross-pollination problem also that I can think of is you get a saved seed and then the next year you grow it out and it's not what it was supposed to be. That I would consider a problem.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, Chef Tech had 900 pounds of tomatoes. Destiny says, or what about when the hybrid seed plant somehow? I said in the last live stream, seeds just want to grow. They're not like, well, I'm an hybrid, so I shouldn't germinate for you. No, it's going to grow. It's going to grow whatever it
Yeah.
wants. It's not going to be the true plant that it came from. That's why it's a hybrid. When hybrid seeds plant, so-called reverts to the parent seed form. Don't know why this causes my UK YouTubers such grief. Well, it's all about what you wanted. Did you want to save seed? Well, then you shouldn't be growing a hybrid to save seed from. You should be growing an heirloom. A hybrid is two parents put together to produce a sibling or an offspring to have this plant. And that's when you save seed from that, it's not going to create its genetics again. It's going to revert back to its parents. And it's a big deal if you weren't expecting that.
Yeah.
And it can lead to no flavor. It can lead to no I was gonna say taste. It's the same thing. Less nutrition, less, CR Mrs. Spring.
Yeah. I agree, CR. Yeah.
I'm sorry, Serena. I can't control if people use their camera or not. I'm sorry that it's difficult to keep up with the conversation in that moment. Richard, hello. Oh, the mead is what Mark. Okay, sorry. This is the seed packet conversation. The information, pics don't matter. Yes. Serena is growing more squash and okra this summer. Last year had maybe a handful of tomatoes from 8 plants. This year it's 4 Amish paste, 1 Cherokee purple, and 1 Ukrainian purple, maybe 2 micro tomatoes plants in the green stock. The micro dwarf tomato plants are excellent for your green stock. It'd be a cherry-sized tomato. I'm wondering what color you have, if they're orange or red. The Tetra dill, yeah. I don't know how tall it gets. I don't have the packets in front of me, Destiny. Oh, Chef Tech, I saved 100s of acorn squash and spaghetti squash seeds from a local farm. They will get sprinkled all around my field this summer. The 4 acres of ground to plant in, that's very overwhelming. And you can just plant entire sections of stuff. Like there's so much experimentation in that space that you have, that you said that you spoke about tonight.
It says
Serena,
Tetra. I'm sorry.
Go ahead. You have the size for Tetra dill?
Yeah, Tetra dill is 30 to 36 inches. So that's
12, 24, 36, 3 feet.
Yeah, about 3 feet. Yeah.
So up to my hip is 3 feet. And the only reason I know that is because South Florida Sunshine was measuring her new beds, and she's like, "They're 3 feet." I said, "Well, where's 3 feet on your body?" And we were measuring. Micro tomatoes plants get no bigger than a foot tall and produce cherry or small tomatoes. Yes, Pinocchio red. No, I read that wrong. Pinocchio orange is a micro tomato plant. Okay, you got orange. Cool. So a rule of thumb I'm gonna do tonight for my channel is if I've never met you in my chat or on a panel on the YouTube streets, I'm not gonna let you up. And I'm sorry. I just don't feel comfortable doing that.
Especially with comments like that.
Toxic squash syndrome. Wow, I do not know that. And mods, if you see something I don't see and you need to get somebody out of here, do it. Scott, hello. Nice to see you again. Richard says, oh, I see what you found, Barry. Jiminy Christmas. This makes my stomach hurt. Okay. Richard, information on the seeds package has a regulation about it. Date, batch number, and recommendation. Sowing season, spacing, germination time, time to harvest, brand with address and contact details. You know, that makes me think of the tested date. Its germination test was done in blah 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 year, and that helps you keep track of your seed stack of, well, I need to use these this year because, you know, they're from 3 years ago, because it has that date stamped on it. So that's a really good point. Okay, where are we at here? The Country Humans Network. I need to have a winter like last, no cold, so my sage overwinters. Are you overwintering rosemary too? Anne's Place is asking where Diva in the Dirt and South Florida Sunshine are. I don't know exactly. I don't have I don't know where Diva is, and I'm pretty sure South Florida Sunshine is supposed to be sleeping. Guardian Prepping, welcome to our open chat hangout late night. We just got done in my live stream earlier, and we talked about planning garden checklist, brainstorming. How do we go from here to soil? Check the replay out if you've missed it. It's good to see you. How's your weather? If you want to share the 10 new items you got for your food forest, share that. The field, yeah, it's overwhelming to think about having that much space.
I couldn't, no. Can you imagine the yard behind my house, just nothing but a garden? Just the upkeep alone.
I mean, like, as long as it's not annuals.
Yeah.
You know? Because, yeah, I can see that with mulched perennial spaces, whether it's guilds or forests or, you know, but not just, like, something that I have to plant every year. Unless you have, like, a Jang cedar and a teammate. Like, what? You know?
Train the cats.
So, Barry, you saw what I saw. I would have to type that name into the hidden list then to get them to stay out of here. There's no other way to do it. Okay. Thank you for answering that.
I assume you're talking about from YouTube Studio?
Yeah. Yeah. Because, like, there isn't a comment in to click on. Because I think you can do it that way. But
you can copy and paste that name into
okay. So I need to save. Sorry, guys. There's behind the scenes drama over here. Which I said no drama tonight. How much snow are you going to get?
You know, honestly, I just saw it said it was another winter weather advisory, and I was like, yeah, okay, I've seen enough, and didn't really see how much we're getting. But now that you asked, I'll look that up.
Yeah, it's like in the next 2 weeks, there's 3 different systems that are gonna be in our country, and none of them are gonna touch me. It's just the cold.
You can have it. You can have it all. I'm not selfish. I'll share.
Anne's
Um,
place, it didn't see the drama. It's because it's for the people that have access to the panel that saw it, and somebody is a human that needs more sleep at night, is how I would say. Because they were very rude to me. Oh, cold.
it's not really saying. It's just saying very cold, wind chills in the single digits below zero. Southern Indiana and central Kentucky. That's me, central.
Okay.
7 p.m. Eastern time to 1 p.m. Monday.
Richard, no, not Richard.
Oh.
Scott. Scott says he likes my mug. I was just showing it. Thank you. I hasn't broke, thankfully. The handmade, hand thrown. It was made in 2018. It's a good color. So like less than an inch, like if they don't ever say, it's just a dusting then.
Oh, here we go. So there were 2 advisories. I didn't see the second, but so valid from January 18 or January 19th, 2025 at 1 a.m. Eastern until January 19th, 2025 at 7 p.m. Eastern. Winter weather advisory, snow expected total accumulation of 1 to 3 inches.
Oh, that's a little bit more serious. 1 to 3 inches for you is a little more serious.
Yeah, it started out as rain, and we're
Oh,
at
no.
32. We're at 32 now.
Okay. And it's that line of it's switching. Yeah.
Kids, kids here in our county have already missed a lot of school so far, like a week.
I forget it. See, I homeschool. There is no missing school. Well, there is. There is missing school, but
Yeah,
I
but only
forget.
if you decide on it.
I have the power.
That's right.
MS is supposed to get 3 to 10 inches of snow, but was 76 today. Weather whiplash. We've got T-Bor 101. Welcome to the open chat hangout late night. We just got
That's
done with
evil.
our garden planning live before this. Check it out on the replay. CR's doing some math stuffs, inches to centimeters for everybody here. It's good to see you all. 3 to 6 in South Central PA is starting Sunday morning. Okay. I wish I had any of that. I don't have any snow.
I don't understand that because you're so much further north than I am.
You do too understand it. You're smarter than that. You know where the warm jet stream is hitting the cold jet stream and how it's hitting low and not up here. You know.
I was trying to be polite to our friends in Canada.
You know about troughs and ridges and yeah.
Yes.
I have to go get a sweater. Can you hold down the fort?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. I had to turn my heater up because it was starting to get chilly in here. And I've had it running nonstop all day. I think I got shorted on some propane. I'm not sure, but my second tank didn't last nearly as long as the first one did. So who knows? I don't run my propane heaters on full blast. I run them either low or medium. Yeah, Chief. Chef. I'm. That's what I'm running is the Big Buddy, and I might run it for about 10 minutes on high, and then after that, I usually run it medium or low. And I don't know. I just feel like I got cheated on the second tank of propane. The first one lasted longer than I expected. And both of the tanks were filled the same day at Tractor Supply. So go figure. Better?
I'm gonna get warm.
Yeah.
It's cold, and I had to dim the lights since we don't have to be so serious here.
So serious.
Serious.
Hmm.
You said that you did go to Tractor Supply because we had talked about that was an option,
Mm-hmm.
and you have how many tanks?
Two. Two
2.
15-pound. Um, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the second tank went way faster than the first. Hello, Kim. Welcome in.
Did you answer this one?
You growing anything this year? And if so, what are you growing? I'm just going to play it by ear, but I'm going to grow as much as I can.
He's gonna put a seed in every day
I might put
until
more than
until
one seed.
July or August, right? You can put April to August probably for you. I don't know. I'm just guessing. You can do every 2 days, every weekend, every third Sunday, whatever. See what happens.
Because when it's nice weather, I don't like to stay in the house. Can't
Yeah.
stand to be stuck in the house.
That's that other like, why do you want to grow? Well, I just want to be outside and I want something to do. Well, here is the garden. I can tend to that and mess around with it all I want. Do
Yeah,
you
I
hold
want to
this
feel the.
true? Is
Yeah,
this
I mean,
true?
I want to feel the grass between my toes. I can't.
Well, barefoot gardening is a very good way to ground and connect.
Yeah. And after winter, it's a great way to beat the winter blues.
Oh, Kim. Kim's here. What are you
Yeah.
doing, Kim? I'm gonna have a good day tomorrow, I think. And the next day. It's my birthday on Monday, so
Awesome.
hello to the guy on panel. Store of radios and cats.
Well,
His name is
hello to the
Barry.
Kim in the chat.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing. That's funny. Do you plant rosemary and lavender seeds in cold refrigerator? Do you need to cold stratify rosemary and lavender? Do I know that answer off the top of my head? No, but I have this fancy device in front of me. I could do a search.
Yeah, I don't have the answer to that because
Usually you buy rosemary and lavender as starts.
yeah, that's yeah, because that's how I would do it. um, yeah, happy Sunday to you, Kim. Uh, yeah, because it's like the catnip. Year before last, I tried and tried and tried, and then I found out it had to be cold stratified first, the seeds. I did that, and then tried again this year. Nope. And I was like, what? These seeds must be crap. So
Okay, the Country Humans Network. The answer is yes, rosemary and lavender seeds need to be cold stratified. Now, that could be outside in a winter, but if you don't live where there's a winter or a cold, then the fridge is the next choice. What you would do is plant the seeds in a container of soil, and you can put it in a baggie and put it in the fridge for at least 30 days to trick it into thinking it went through a winter. But
mhm.
that is definitely what you should do with a rosemary and a lavender, or just buy starts.
That was, and that's how I did mine. That's how I did the catnip. So I'm just
Catnip.
assuming,
Yeah.
uh, I'm assuming the seeds weren't any good. Which is possible.
Richard says, sure is cold on your side of the pond. Anything less than 20 C, 68 Fahrenheit is cold for a South African. It's reading -3 without the wind. I could look up with the wind right now and then convert it to Celsius. I can't do 100. I can't do anything above 79. I get upset. It's too hot.
Yeah.
I wanted to go for a walk today, but nobody would go with me. It's too cold. Let's see what it is with the wind.
The crazy thing about it was that yesterday and the day before were decent. I was outside
Yep.
in just what I'm wearing now.
Yeah, it was 39 here for Fahrenheit yesterday. It feels like negative 24.
We were in the 50s. I mean, that's just how drastic it was.
Yeah, someone earlier was like, weather whiplash, negative 31 Celsius. That's what it
So
is right now.
I hit the driveway with salt when it was 50 and got rid of some of the ice, but just it's running
Ice.
off the hill. Yeah, my
Mhm.
driveway is nothing but ice.
Okay.
I tried to convince Kentucky Goblin not to pull in, but he did anyway. And I held my breath when he left because it was bad.
I haven't heard from him.
It was this thick of ice.
What?
Yeah, coming off the hill.
Oh
So
my
you
goodness.
get it cleared and then it comes back out and then freezes back over again. Because I'm in the valley, so I don't get sunlight in some places. So the places don't get sunlight freeze over. Yes,
I'm reading about a royal catchfly seed. Yes, you did the right. Sorry, I've covered my mouth. Yes, you did the right thing planting it in the fridge for 60 days. I'm looking into, do they need light?
yeah.
I'll have to
Well,
type it in.
there's more than one way to cold stratify, though.
Just using outside works. So to plant royal catchfly seeds, yes, they need cold stratification, but then they need light to germinate. So you cannot bury the seed. They need to be surface zone so the light touches them to germinate. That's all I know. CR went for a walk. It was 38 today, and it's going to be 4 on Wednesday. Up and down, up and down.
Yeah.
Negative 19. Is that with the wind chill or just the before that? Country Humans Network Florida residents don't like the temperature below 60. When I lived in Orlando, it was down to 20 one time in January. They went crazy, I'm sure. They didn't know what to do. They don't own coats.
Yeah, they don't even have heaters.
Oh, okay, right. And then like the plumbing and stuff isn't built to
Right,
be in
yeah.
that weather. The Country Humans Network, I can't remember where you are on the planet. If you could give us a rough estimate. Where are you? Can't you just freeze the seeds for a few weeks? That is cold stratification. Yeah, that's what happens outside.
Mm-hmm.
Now sometimes it's like, yeah, 30 days, 60 days. So a few weeks is not a very good description of time, but it's going to get cold in Oklahoma as well. That is the actual temperature. He must have great base layers then, CR does.
So I usually cold stratify in the freezer. And that's usually a gallon Ziploc, paper towels that are damp. You put the seeds in and then put a layer, one layer of paper towel over top of that. Put it in the bag, seal the bag, and put it in the freezer and hope that you don't confuse it for food. And just let it sit there for about 60 days, so 2 months, and then pull it out. Hopefully, you'll see possibly a little bit of green popping out, but there are, like you said, Shawnee, there's going to be seeds that need to be cold stratified, but they have to have sunlight too. Because you're basically wanting them to germinate while they're cold. I think Kim's stepping out. You have a good day too. Stay warm. Thank you
Bye,
for
Kim.
stopping in.
Have fun crafting.
I'm sorry. Hang tight. I got a cat trying to rip the bag open.
Oh,
Cat
oh
food.
my. Oh, it's
Yeah.
of the food. Okay.
Yeah.
What's on everybody's mind as far as their plans on Sunday or Monday for the holiday? We have a question. Serena, do African violet seeds need surface sowing or covered with soil? Let's look it up. I've only grown African violets from already started rooted plants and it died. So let's look. This says yes, they need light to germinate. That's what Google says. CR is still in the chat. I have to make my birthday dessert. I'm probably not going to make it tomorrow. I'll probably make it on Monday when the house is more to myself. So I'm making caramel bars, which is a family recipe from my great grandma that's been passed down, and now it's up to me to carry on the recipe to my daughter. All seeds need moisture. They all need to have moisture. No seed wants to be soaking wet and flooded, and no seed wants to be dry. So moisture is always a yes. I do not get specific with pH or moisture levels. You have Google, you can look it up. Anne's Place says, got distracted a moment. 6 cats in the house. Whoa. That does sound crazy. Barry is currently dealing with a cat catastrophe with a bag of food or something. Scott says, I know nothing about African violets. I picked one up. I think it was at the grocery store, and it's now no longer here. It's now compost. So they're cool. The leaves are fuzzy. Let me get you a picture. And I want a big picture. Oh, nope, stop asking me things. Let's try this one. We will share. See how the leaves, I don't know if you can tell with devices you're using, but it's fuzzy. That's an African violet. Yep, pretty sure mine came from the grocery store. And yeah, they're easy to propagate possibly, like with a leaf cutting. I don't know. Yeah, it's a catastrophe. Okay, if you can't eat it, I won't grow it, says Chef Tech. Perfectly fine policy you've got going on there. Scott says, oh, I've seen them in the grocery store. Anne's Place says, I love African violets. Richard says, acoustic engineer covered many music events. We had a brilliant Canadian band, and the guys were in shorts and t-shirts. We are wearing sweaters and heavy jackets. It's all about the blood. Good night to Mark, Mushroom Mark. But yeah, back to this. Definitely your blood adjusts to your environment. Guardian Prepping says growing non-edible pollinator plants can greatly benefit the fruit tree. Fact. If things are in bloom at that time together, right? Not all fruit trees go into bloom at the same time. Not all pollinator plants bloom at the same time. So having that staggering of bloom time from April to, well, for me, from April to October, I can have things in bloom. You have an aloes help to retain soil moisture in your beds to be sure the plants stay healthy and happy. Aloe, like aloe plant, those are in a container in my house. They would not survive outside, maybe in the summer only. Yes, good night, Mushroom Mark. Anne's place, I'm freezing every once in a while when the wood burns out of the burner. Yes, keep your wood stove full if you need it. Destiny says to Richard, yes, us Canadians love any warm weather. CR says, hey, GP, can you spare some heat again? Thanks. Destiny says goodnight to Mushroom Mark. Chef Tech, I will need to put out lots of wildflowers on the 4 acres to attract pollinators and make the wife happy. They're so easy to just broadcast too. Like you can buy like 10 pounds and just, you know. We have a local seed house that I can get those at. Guardian Prepping says to CR, come live here in South Africa. Anne's Place says it's our first time using a burner, so we forgot to add wood. Oh, it's your first time? Because, yeah, you were talking about it yesterday. Okay. Yeah, you have to figure out, like, the scheduling. Like, Duncan 1900 Homestead always talks about, like, just staying up to keep the fires going, right? It's a whole thing.
I do not miss hauling wood into the house.
There's a lot of issues with it.
There is. And there's a lot of dust, a lot of
bugs, wood shavings, ash, birds get in.
yeah, cleaning the chimney.
When I was a little girl, we had wood heat. And then I had siblings and they changed the plan very quickly. We no longer had wood heat.
Yeah.
And I don't remember it. The only reason I know that is from pictures. I don't have a memory of it without the picture, you know?
I decided when that stove up there at the other place finally got to the point that I couldn't use it safely, I just said, yeah, I'm done with this firewood in general. And yeah, I never could get anybody to bring me a load that wasn't mostly green garbage wood, you know.
It's a good question. What's the best type of bedding for a feral cat house? So we used to keep originally was a dog house, and then we did have a cat house for the country. And what did we put in it? I think it was straw. And we put it up against a building in a windbreak. You know what I mean? But skunks like cat food, and skunks move in to places like that, FYI. But what do you
Possums
think?
love cat food too.
Oh, possums do?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Are possums dangerous, though, to have? Like a skunk is kind of stinky, obviously, but what's a possum purpose?
Possums, it's weird because a lot of people were like, oh, Barry, be careful with your cats around those possums. And I've got video proof, if that's such a thing, that my cats can sit there and eat cat food right next to a possum, not even think about it.
Like they're buddies.
Yeah, they just look at each other and they're like, yeah, it's good stuff, ain't it? Oh, yeah, mate, it's great. It's like, okay, so everything they say about maybe they had aggressive possums, or their cats were weird, but not mine. But yeah, straw is good, but I think that cedar shavings, if you can add some to it, because cedar is a natural bug deterrent. So if you don't want the kitties to bring bugs into the house, then add a little bit of, like, if they were to come into your house, add a little bit of that cedar shavings to it, to the straw bedding, because it can be a problem. All right, what you doing?
Scott is heading to bed. Good night, Scott. Thanks for coming back. Sorry there was an issue the other night. Ann's Place says, last night I got very sleepy and I smelled smoke. Turns out my son didn't close the burner's lid properly, the chute thing, bevel
Oh no.
properly, and the room was filling with smoke. Yeah, lessons have been learned there.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Miss Sharon. Peace. Good night. Thank you for being around.
Good night, Miss Sharon.
Guardian prepping. Anyone here familiar with column basil and tamarillo? Grow basil and tomato on trees. Well, I'm going to have to type it in. I don't know what that's. Column basil. Oh, it's Everleaf Towers. I have this. I haven't planted it yet, though. Like, obviously, it's not growing season, but I have the seeds for column basil. Like, is it 3 feet tall? Grows in an upright habit. And what was the other one? Tamarillo? Upright. Column basil just looks like basil. That's tall. I'm not going to show a picture. But tamarillo I could show a picture of if I can figure out a good one. It looks like it's a small fruit. Oval shaped.
All right, Chef Tech. Have a great night.
It's on a tree. It's a tree. Yep, it's a tree. But what do we do with this thing? There's seeds in it.
Interesting.
Yeah, there's none of that in Minnesota. So, Guardian, do you have like we were talking earlier about something? It's good for pectin. You don't eat it raw. What is the use for that thing? the tamarillo. That's 2 of your faves. Possums are timid, says Tibor. Richard says, Destiny, come visit in February. That's when we use the AC. You saw something on Barry's video. This is where I answered as well. Use straw, not hay, because hay gets moldy and it can cause allergies. And to mix the cedar shavings, like Barry said, with the straw. Possums get a bad rap because they aren't cute like a rabbit. Feral cats outside straw is warmer.
Not on the keyboard.
Yes, Chef Tech, there it is. Heading to bed. Okay, bye. Thanks for the fun 2 streams. Yeah, no problem. I haven't been around for like 12 days, I think it was saying, so here I am, like I said, until I run out of time. I think I now understand how people die in their sleep from smoke. Yeah, it came in so slow and you don't notice yourself getting affected from the start. So, okay, question, Anne, where's the smoke alarms? I feel like there's a missing piece here, besides having a very serious conversation with the people you live with. Good night, Destiny. Thanks for visiting. We had a situation in our studio apartment where I was sleeping and my soon-to-be husband, we were just not engaged yet. Yeah, we weren't engaged yet. Fell asleep cooking, and I woke up to smoke.
Oops.
That was super great. I'm sure Anne had a very serious conversation, and she's going to put some things in place. Like smoke detectors, Anne? Ma'am?
Yes.
Like tomorrow? And have batteries in them? They might not. They make them all different ways nowadays. but I don't know what it's like over there either.
Yeah. Well, if you
You're in a whole
can,
different world.
try to find you one that's a combination smoke detector and O2 sensor.
Please get the carbon monoxide detector and the smoke detector, Anne. Write it down. And it goes in every room and every level of the house. Like, probably close to wherever that wood stove is, that room for sure, to catch it before it goes. Catch the smoke. And then cleaning your home after smoke exposure is a whole nother thing. Like walls and ceilings and floors and furniture. Like, how serious did it get? Oh,
And before you use that stove again next year, make sure you have someone clean the chimney out really good.
why did you guys start using wood stove? What brought this upon your life? You said it was new. In the old days, Tibor says, cabin fever was the term, but now they believe old timers were suffering from carbon monoxide poisoning. I believe that. There's an actual measurement. This is fascinating to me, that when you have people in a room talking, the room air changes, and there's monitors, like gauges and stuff, like just like a thermostat and a barometer and like humidity checky thing. It has all of that on it. And it's like, do you think about that when you're in a room of people talking? No, you don't think about like the exchange of air. Is there a window open? Have you opened the door in the last 2 hours to get a fresh swish of air in? You know, a lot of people get sick when it's in the house time just because you're in the house too much. Exchanging that air. You have an air purifier, you know. It's because we cut the huge dead tree. Oh, you're using the wood up.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah. She
He
said
said we need
heating
to turn
price
on
has
the
gone
wood.
up too.
The gas heating prices shot up like mad. Okay. All right. I get it. Sounds like you're doing the right thing. We just need a little bit more of things in place. Great. You learn as you go.
They have a different supplier for gas than we do. So
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yep.
there's that one country, it's, yeah, cutting people off.
Yeah.
Sure.
The new year, all kinds of things are going to be changing.
Hey. No.
Is there a cat? It's
Yeah.
not me. I didn't do it. I'm over here.
Come here. Sarah, come here, baby. No. We're going to have a problem.
Uh-oh.
Come here, beautiful. Oh, goodness. Oh. You can't be back there if you're going to chew on cords. Oh, yeah. Kissing up to me now.
I totally forgot to say on the live before this that I specifically made a planning checklist that matches the live on my website. Like, I was going to say that sentence and show it, and I forgot. Whoops. Only you guys know. 9 people here or whatever. Only you know, unless somebody went there to look at it. Anne's Place says my old cat used to insist on lying on the keyboard just when I started getting busy on it. Getting busy on it is a sentence I might rephrase.
Oh.
So tomorrow is Sunday. Is there any live streams happening tomorrow, Barry? That you know of?
I'll probably have mine.
All right. For those of you that don't know, Storms Radios and Cats is going to go live tomorrow. So sub up.
If you have
It's okay,
to
Anne.
sub. You have to sub if you're going to watch mine. Keeps the trolls out.
I've had a couple conversations with people behind the scenes about why is it 20 minutes? That's too long. And I'm like, there's people that do way longer than 20 minutes than me. So Stay off my back.
Mine says be set for 2 hours. I'm serious about it. I don't want to see nobody's. Anyway.
I have mine at 4 p.m. my time. I don't know what we're talking about.
Hmm?
What are we talking about, Ann? What? That's when you get busy on your keyboard? Or what are we talking about?
Is there a certain time you're supposed to do that kind of stuff?
I don't know. The live time?
Oh.
Are we talking about what time is it? Right now it's 11:35 p.m. It's almost midnight here for me. My eyes are starting to water.
Come on now, stop, y'all.
And I think Barry's an hour ahead of me.
Yeah.
So it's 12:35 Sunday for him. I'm still in Saturday.
My lives on Sunday are at 9:30 p.m. Eastern.
9:30 Eastern, 8:30 Central. I have no clue what that is and time. Oh, Tibor, what are you saying here? My eyes don't work.
Well, it's Sunday, 5:36 a.m. in the UK right now. What do you need to be read?
I got it. Trying to stay warm by using a gas cooking stove can over time get set off a carbon monoxide detector due to the levels getting too high. Nothing to play around with. It's an odorless killer, and it burns people's houses down.
Yes.
Like using your oven to heat your home with the door open and it running.
Mm-hmm.
Public service announcement. The more you know. Bling.
And knowing is half the battle. G.I. Joe.
And now on your Saturday morning cartoons, you have Reading Rainbow.
Yeah. Miss LeVar Burton from Star Trek.
Wait, Anne's gonna go live? Is that what she's saying? What? Is it scheduled so I can click the thingy? Is that what you're saying? Yes, it's scheduled. 7 a.m. is my time. Notify me. I'm not going to be awake, Anne. Ugh, I might be awake. Okay, Richard says UK is 2 hours behind South Africa. All the fun ways to connect to people in different times in the world. I love it so much. So this is for Anne's live that we'll be doing on Sunday. For me, it'd be Sunday in the morning. And then we can put, well, Barry's, you're probably not scheduled yet.
No, I haven't set it up yet.
You guys all maybe, I can get your channel linked. I can do that part. Maybe. Have you typed in the chat recently? That's the fastest way.
Have I?
No. Type in the chat so I can just click it. Meow. All right. I miss Randall. What's Randall doing?
I don't know.
I sent him the link, but he's busy, obviously.
Must be.
Copy link address. I was hoping he'd go live.
Oh, I had to type it in because I still can't get Messenger back on my laptop. And it's Microsoft's fault, not mine.
To get you a link, should I be emailing it or sending it a different way?
Yeah, if you don't mind, just email it to me.
We will change the system for you, yeah, because I email some people. And then, so when people send me the link in Messenger, I never open it there because I don't have Messenger here. I always forward it to an email that I can get to on this computer.
Okay, well, I'll email you. If I
So
just message me your email and I'll do it.
Yeah, I'll pick which one I want. I have 3, and then I'll give you the one.
Okay.
Okay, back to what do we got going on here? So
3
p.m. in SA, Richard. Guardian Pumping is saying good morning to Richard. This is for Storms Radios and Cats channel going live tomorrow night. I don't know what the topic is though.
We'll come up with something.
I need a buddy to come on with me because I get all tongue twisted for some odd reason. Oh. Well, it ain't gonna be me. I'm very sorry, Ann, but 7 a.m. is early for after what happens tonight. It's just like, oh, Serena. Maureen and Carol are AWOL.
Yep.
Carol is sleeping, and Maureen, I don't know. Oh, Tibor, good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs
Good night,
bite.
T-Boy.
Thanks for coming. So I snatched up their time slots. I went live last night. I went live twice tonight. Barry's going to take the time slot tomorrow, and I'm probably going to go live Monday if it lets me, and I don't know what to talk about Monday. I don't like not having, so people are going to have to come hang out with me on panel. I don't know what to talk about. Yeah, someone in chat. What are you at, Ann, for like, how many people come to your, where's the go to channel? Words, subscribe. Whoa, you are over 1,000. You've got to have a great chat then, I'm sure. You have over 1,000 subscribers. You're bound to get somebody. Just go fishing. CR's still here. Has it been an hour? It's been an hour and 11 minutes.
Hour 11 minutes.
You're still here.
Oh, look at that beautiful kitty. Oh.
I have never been to Ann's live. So, what?
Oh. Let's change that.
I'm going to change
Gear.
it. Things.
Hello, Gear.
Oh my God, Gear, I want to talk to you. So thank you for coming, Gear. I've been waiting to catch you. I didn't see you last night. There was crazy things that happened on my live. And then we were live an hour ago on my channel talking about stuff. But that's not what I want to say to you. Gear, did you hear the song by Ryan Upchurch called Flame and Halo? I will wait for your response. Oh, you're new to live streaming, Ann. Well, welcome to the next thing you will be obsessed with. No. You were at work last night? I figured. So after the hour mark, some stuff happens. You should check it out. And then I'm pretty sure you listened to Upchurch. Have you heard the Flame and Halo song? There's a video. The album isn't out yet. Creeker 3. Tell me what you know. Guardian prepping Ant's place. If I'm around, I'd be happy to join a live with you. I'm pretty good at talking nonsense. On and on and on and on. Yeah, CR. I think it's wonderful. You've been saying that in all the chats, and I think it's good. Well, not, I shouldn't say it like that. Not all the chats. It's good to regulate your time. It's good to set a goal for yourself and follow it and stick to it. Okay, Gear, let's talk about it. What are your thoughts? What is your vision for what the album's going to be? What did you think of his lyrics and the music, like instrumental part of it? Tell me before I speak. What were your feelings about it? I haven't only listened to it once. And you know you can't just listen to a song once. Cuz I like Ryan Upchurch for the singing albums, like is it Blue Jeans or is that the rap one? The one, no, I can't remember the album name where he sings. And not the more rap albums I don't care for. So this song that we're speaking about is going to be on the next album, and it's very rock heavy. And he sings really well for covers for like Alice in Chains. And so now he's singing things he's wrote. You're on your phone, haven't made it to the laptop yet. Okay. And you've never heard a bad Upchurch song. So my first instinct is it's not rocky enough, like heavy enough. But his vocals are like, what is this album going to sound like? He's very wide ranged in what he can do with his voice. Richard, I will put the link to her live stream in the chat, and then you can click it and then get a notification for it and subscribe to her channel. So when she goes live, it goes into your notifications. Okay. Yeah, because you went and saw him in concert. I will not do that just because I don't travel far and I have kids. So I will watch from here.
I don't like crowds.
The crowds were fine back in the day for me before I became a mom. But like now I'm sober and a mom and I don't go to big crowds as much. No. From afar. Like we usually go to something called Minnesota. And like that was in a hotel and it's bands and it's craziness and we don't do that anymore.
I mean, I would love to go see Iron Maiden live before they all get too old to do it, which they're almost there now. But crowds.
I can't do traffic. I can't do crazy parking. I don't want to be near a bunch of people. It was only an hour away. That's a long drive for me. The best behaved crowd out of the concerts I went to last year. Yeah, I really liked the Creek Squad. And he's a dad now. I wanted to see if his music would change. He just had a daughter. Okay, what was I going to look up? Oh, yeah. I was going to try to get the merch for Miss Diva. I got to figure out how to do that. I don't know how to do it. For her t-shirts and stuff? Do you know how to do that?
I will help you.
I don't understand where to go. I bought it, but where do I go to show it? I don't remember how much it costs. She wants to know how much they cost. I have a shirt and a hoodie, so it's 2 different prices. More fabric. And panics in crowds. Definitely don't go to them. We don't need you panicking. All the other concerts have drunks and then his just has some stoners. Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks cold with all the snow. Snow is cold, Richard.
Yeah. Winter is,
We should do a video of frozen bubbles.
Cracks me up when people go, "Oh my God, it's so cold." And I'm like, yeah, welcome to winter. Is this your first time, this season?
Yeah, the people that don't have seasons, man, I don't even know.
Okay, so let's see. I'm just going to go ahead and go to her website, copy the link, because that's where you get the merch, I believe. Yep, it is. And there we go. Such a beautiful voice.
Miss Diva.
This is coming from a metalhead. Oh, I forgot to put Maureen's name on there, but there's her link for her merch.
Okay, so if I go in here and you go to shop. No, I'm already in shop. Okay, the t-shirt was $25 Canada, sales tax included, and then you pay shipping. Well, how do you get to the other ones? Because I had gotten a sweater. Did I click view details? Because it used to be on her YouTube, like, there was a button. I wonder if she took it off. For whatever that place was called.
I went to her About page from her YouTube store. Okay. So,
Oh, did you find a store on YouTube?
yeah, on
That's
her
what I was looking
YouTube
for.
channel, it says home, video, shorts, live, playlist, community, and store.
Oh, I just didn't go far enough over then. That's what I
Yeah.
was looking for.
Here I went to. Well, okay. So you got her website now too, which doesn't hurt anything either.
Well, how did I still don't see store? It just has a magnifying glass.
Really?
What? Can you share the store with us
Sure.
in the chatty poo?
I could share. Oh. You really make typing hard, Kitty. Learn how to spell, Barry. Share it on the screen if you want.
Yeah, I can't. It's not on mine. I don't get it. Oh, there's the link. What just happens when I click the link? It still doesn't show me the store. Rawr.
What the heck?
I just wanted to tell her a price, but I don't know. What did I miss?
I'm just getting my hand-aid off right now.
Don't you have cat chew toys for them or something?
These apparently my hands. You are. Oh, it's this right here. He wants.
Okay. So there's a gathering barbecue party thing in South Africa, and they have a name for it, and now I lost the name. A braai? Go to the braai with your bros. I think it's called braai. It's like a big thing of food. It's like they don't call it a barbecue. Okay, what? Coldest I have been? It was snowing inside our tent, and very ironically, we were. Oh, that scared me. I was like, who's coming in here
I'm
now?
sorry. I should have
Oh,
warned
my
you.
heart just twitched. Okay. Hey, that's what I was looking for.
Mm-hmm. Why is it? I don't understand why it's not showing up for you.
Okay, so 25 for a t-shirt. What is it? I can't read the numbers.
Oh, I'll read it for you here. It's okay. So the mug, $15.99. Deep in the Dirt merch, women's flowy tank top, $28.99. Pullover hoodie, $50.54. Deep in the Dirt merch, women's comfort tee, $24.99. What are you going to do today, Maureen? A long sleeve, $29.99. And what are you doing today, Maureen? Classic pullover, $60.47. That is from Spring.
Yeah, spring was the thing I couldn't think of.
And then there's the second level, a flowy tank top, $28.99. Even the Dirt bucket hat, or my eyes are doing something weird. $40.99.
I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
It's like, oh, it's going blurry on me. Deep in the Dirt apron, $29.99, and Deep in the Dirt woman's comfort tee, $24.99.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, my class is sitting over there. I could have put those on.
Drakensberg. That's a name. Yes, a braai. I was right. Okay.
You could take that out of there. Oh.
Western Cape, we get snow. Okay. I didn't know that. Here in Turkey, where I live now, it snows for days and gets deep. Or it used to. Changed suddenly 4 years ago. Yeah? It used to get deep here in the 90s.
Here in Kentucky, we're catching up for all the snow we missed out on.
It's just crazy. The cycles.
Evidently. I mean, in a week, I think we got about 5, maybe 6 inches. Some of that was rain.
So we're doing record-breaking
I
totals,
guess.
not at once, but when you accumulate them together. CR. It's no place like home.
Mhm.
We've got 5 minutes, and then I'm closing it. Everybody. Just so you know. Then we'll be at 1:30. 1 hour and 30 minutes. And then it'll be midnight.
Mhm.
And then I'll feel like an adult who stayed up with their friends. Yeah, I want to make a snowman and I want to go sledding down a little hill that my kids can handle themselves and I don't have to do effort. And, want to see the sparkly snow. I miss it.
I was on a live stream last night over in the UK.
Yeah.
I think when we finally finished up, it was about 4 o'clock my time. I was like, he's
In the
going.
morning?
Yeah, he's like, I'm starting my day now. I said, I'm going to bed.
Yeah. And then you sleep till 2 p.m.,
No, I slept till about a quarter till 12. And
Oh, that's like 8 hours. Okay.
my bladder said, yo, it's crowded in here.
Gear Griden 19. What do you want to talk about? There's a mushroom joke?
Hmm.
I kind of want to hear that. I have to find it.
But whoever thought that joke up was a fun guy.
Is that what it is? It's a fungi? I don't see it.
I'm just being smart.
Fox it. Your live must have ended. Hey, we were
Oh.
live and we did the garden planning checklist and then we started a new live for fun. We've got 3 minutes left and then I'm shutting it down. Gear says it's all good. Marigolds. You want to talk about marigolds? I can't wait to plant those strawberry marigolds. I'm so excited.
Oh God, I've got to see those when they bloom.
I don't know how big they're gonna be as far as stem, and I don't know how big the flower head is, but I really want marigold borders, marigolds in between things.
Yeah, I changed my mind on that
Oh, it is
strip.
the fun guy joke. You're right. Okay, what?
I've changed my mind. Hold on. Excuse me. The section of yard that would normally get mowed, I changed my mind on that. So it's probably going to be all flowers. So from one end to the other. Because I mean, what's the first thing I see when I open my front door? I see my yard.
Mm-hmm.
So that whole, not only would it be pretty for me to see, but people driving by, I'll be like, holy shit, that looks great.
It does catch people. That's okay. It does catch people's eye because we have that wildflower strip. Oh, I have a video coming out tomorrow. It'll show the property and kind of my thoughts on what I want to grow, and it'll show pictures from the growing year as I talk about it and the seeds I'm going to plant. But anyways, people have stopped and talked to the property owner and been like, this is amazing. And I have 2 more strips of place that I'm like, ooh, should we do that?
Yeah.
What should we put there?
Absolutely.
It's the regular marigold head size. Okay, the strawberry ones. Thank you. Did they smell like strawberries? Asking for real, actually. What do they smell like?
So this is going to be like whatever flowers I can come up with, like even if they're pre-grown, and like sunflowers, obviously, you know me, sunflowers, and then whatever, in between. So there's going to be like a sunflower, then it's going to be little flowers, and then another sunflower, and then little flowers, and then sunflower.
Oh, you're planning it like that. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know if we were just like.
I might get a wild hair. Just
you could do that with the little ones, and then walk with your big fat sunflower seed and do the space.
Yeah, but I'm not going to do just one type of sunflower there, because I've been looking and there's some really pretty sunflowers out
There's
there.
violet ones. There's
Yeah.
like
There's one that
dark, deep ones. There's fuzzy ones.
I'm not sure what. Yeah, I can't remember its name, but you said fuzzy, and it reminds me that you know how the yellow petals are.
Hmm.
Well, it's like the whole thing
Yeah, I'm
is
gonna show
that
you.
way. I was
Yeah,
like, oh
it's
my
this
god,
one.
that is so pretty.
It's this one. It's teddy bear.
Yeah.
Is this the one?
Yep. That's it. Yep.
Teddy bear sunflower.
Yeah. Yeah. I saw that on Amazon.
Big
I was like,
fuzzy
oh my
poof
god.
ball.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yep. There's ones that are 12 feet wide. There's dwarfs. You can do all kinds of
Had
things. All
one.
right. Go ahead.
I had one year before last that grew as tall as that mobile home. It was actually looking over it.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friend over in Hillsborough, Kentucky, Janice, hers was a little bit taller than mine. I was like, oh my God, I'm impressed. it was huge. Oh,
It's going to did the seeds. The seeds came out of that sunflower, or the birds ate it all, and it'll volunteer. And you can scoop it and transplant it if you want that thing again, the big one.
Yeah. I've got the seeds from it. I didn't do anything with the seeds. I saved them because it did so well. And I was like, yeah, let's see if I could do that again. So that was a Russian. I'm sorry.
No, you're fine.
That was a Russian mammoth.
That's what yours was called?
The one that got really tall, like, mobile,
Okay.
above the mobile home.
This is for Anne. Was it Anne? Yeah. Anne, teddy bear. CR. Take a seed you rooting for, y'all, and Shawnee is a live stream veteran. I still don't feel like that's appropriate. Okay. Have a good night, everyone, and day, and I'll see you around on all the places. Have a good night and a good day in your garden, Richard. Thanks for having a chill chat with me.
Yeah.
Goodbye.